Hey, good evening, everybody. Pastor Michael coming to you once again on a Sunday night. I hope you had a good day today. We had an opportunity to worship again this morning online. We're going to continue to do that, it sounds like, for the next little while. So we continue to figure out the best and the safest way to proceed, but continue to be grateful that we can gather together online. Was encouraged today with a gift from my congregation, a token of appreciation, which I'm grateful for. I'm so grateful for the prayers and support. Encouragement goes a long way. Saying thank you goes a long way. And just being kind and respectful and courteous and all of those things go a long way in terms of encouraging. And oftentimes the Spirit knows what we need. I was feeling a little bit burdened over the last couple of days, quite honestly, about everything that has and continues to transpire, not only related to a pandemic, but also related to racial tensions and rioting and all those things that are going on in our region right now, and indeed have spread now to across the country. Continue to be deeply saddened and concerned and burdened by those things as a pastor and as a Christian and as a Minnesotan. So I want to continue to work toward reconciliation and peace and harmony and unity and all of that, and was just feeling very burdened by that. So today was just a good pick-me-up and a good cheer, and and I was grateful for it. The Lord knew what I needed. And so I was reflecting on all of that today and just putting that all together in my head of dealing with the tension of all the tragedy and destruction we see going on, but then at the same time, all the good things that are coming. People come through and clean up the streets afterwards. I saw a group that was interviewed yesterday. They had come down to help clean up with brooms and shovels and wheelbarrows in hand and couldn't find any place to clean up. It had all been done already. I'm just grateful for those kinds of things that in the midst of chaos and destruction and those who would tend to wreak havoc, there are many more who come along and seek to do good and do well and do right. And I'm grateful for that. And so I was struck by these words today from Ephesians 5, verses 15 and 16, where Paul writes this to the Ephesians church. He says, "Be very careful then how you live, not as unwise, but as wise, making the most of every opportunity, because the days are evil." And I think of that, making the most of every opportunity, how to make the most of the situations that we find ourselves in. How can we best be the hands and feet of Jesus Christ? How can we best be purveyors of the gospel in times of crisis and uncertainty? How can we speak into these days that are evil? How can we live not as unwise but as wise, being very careful how we live? And I think that's a call for all Christians. To say, let's think carefully and strategically about what it means to be salt and light in the world, about what it means to live as wise. Those who remember that we are bought by the grace of God in Jesus Christ, and that's what we bring. We bring peace and unity, and not dissension and anger or wrath, but we bring peace and hope and unity and grace in Jesus Christ. And so that's what I try to leave my people with every night. That's what I try to leave you with every night in this, and that's what I try to leave my congregation with every Sunday morning. And those who turn in is that hope that comes from knowing Jesus Christ. And then an encouragement to live not as unwise, but as wise. Making the most of every opportunity. So that's my challenge as we look forward into the coming weeks and into this week as we started out. What are some opportunities that will come your way that you can make the most of? How are you going to make the most of bringing and being the good news to others in times of tragedy and hardship this week? How can you make the most of the opportunities that the Lord gives you to bring peace and harmony and unity? So I hope you'll take that to heart and take that challenge and apply it however the Lord leads you this week. And on this Sunday night, once again, as we look forward to laying our heads down and taking up our tasks tomorrow, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine on you and be gracious to you. May the Lord turn his face toward you and give you his peace. Amen. Good night, and God bless you.